Concacaf Nations League, the pinnacle of North American football. Is it a ripoff of its European counterpart?
Yes.
Is the only reason I care about it related to the fact that for the first time in my lifetime, Canada has the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a major international trophy and cement itself as the best team in CONCACAF and finally garner the respect that it deserves?
Yes, sir!
Now, regardless of what my intentions may be, this is a primed opportunity for Canada to get its revenge for its heartbreaking loss to Mexico in the semifinals of the previous edition of this competition.
Here is Gutierrez. Intended for Curtis Moy. Pizarro. Square it. Shot. Goal for Mexico.
But this is not a time to lament on past failures, as you know what they say.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Yes, boys, we have the opportunity of a lifetime to book a date with destiny and lift Canada's first trophy in over 23 years. And all that stands in our way is Panama. Fellas, we can under no circumstances let our dreams falter to Canal FC. How are we gonna lose to a country who all they're known for is their 50-mile-long man-made canal? We are Canadians, for crying out loud. The greatest people on the face of the earth. People have struggled, died for the freedoms that we enjoy today. No more than me. I had to stay up till 1 in the morning, scouring the depths of the internet to find a stream of this game in order to fulfill my lawful duty as a Canadian citizen to support my country wherever and whenever. And fellas, we cannot let those sacrifices be in vain. And while on that note, trying to watch an illegal stream of the game at 1 a.m. in the morning went as good as one would expect.
One of the main...
Whoa. Hey, yo, what's going on?
It was there. What? It was a chance.
What was that? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the reality of watching illegal streams. Now, don't act all high and mighty like you've never done it before. We've all been there at some point. Listen, you know what they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. All things considered, it might actually be a good thing I missed that play. Because what the hell was that shot? 𝘚𝗃𝗃𝗜𝘚, my friend. There is fluffing a shot, and then there's fluffing a shot. That was trash. But if you thought that was bad, it pales in comparison to the monstrous, deplorable, abhorrent, horrendous malarkey that was the American commentary during this game. To give you a sense of the abysmal commentary, here's what I had to deal with for 90 minutes.
To stretch it out. Deliver some 5-star service on the other side.
What is this commentary?
Yo! Goes to Kyle Larry. Now they cross the river, trying to get it to the other side. Not happening.
Cross the river? I've never heard that expression in football.
Slipping by using Jedi mind tricks.
What? But enough with this commentary nonsense, because in the 25th minute, the man with ice in his veins himself would tuck away a beautiful through ball from Kamal Miller to give Canada the lead. And let's just say, well, I was pretty awake for somebody at 1 a.m. in the morning. Let's go! Come on! We miss you! So much so, in fact, that I brought up my inner speed and started speaking some Portuguese. Graças a Deus, Pai. Onde precisamos pichar. Amém.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, despite taking the lead, these commentators still hadn't had enough and started spitting some absolute nonsense.
And right now, they feel they have the momentum.
Bro, what momentum are you talking about? At this point in the game, we had 70% of the possession, 3 times as many shots on target as they did. We could have honestly been playing this game and simultaneously been making an order at Timmy's for the post-game meal. It was that light work. And that was basically the last piece of major action in that first half. Except for one last piece of absolute banana-wanza, hocus-pocus commentary. But ladies and gentlemen, this one might be the best of the bunch.
Here's a chance, knocking on the door, but the big bad wolf didn't blow anything down.
This guy is telling us a nursery rhyme in the middle of a football game. Buddy, you're a commentator, not my babysitter. This guy's talking about the big bad wolf as though he'll huff and he'll puff and he'll blow my house down. In all my life, I could have never imagined that I'd be told a 3-year-old's nursery rhyme in the middle of a CONCACAF Nations League semi-final game. But listen, the world's a strange place, my friend. After this, Canada suffered a few minor scares, but nothing the great 𝘈𝘮𝘬𝘴𝘦 couldn't stop.
That right coastline. It's Barcenas with the delivery into the box.
Tranquilo.
Andrade approaching, delivering, and here's a chance. Step in, fire it. Oh, there it was.
Calma. But ladies and gentlemen, the greatest keeper heroics would not be made by Canada's number 18, but by Panama's number 22, Orlando Mosquera, who absolutely robbed Kyle Larin from point blank range. Ladies and gentlemen, if that was me, I would be in contact with my lawyers as soon as possible. That was a violation of section 343 of the Canadian Criminal Code. But this guy said, I don't care. You shall not pass. And goodness me, I've got to give my respects. That was a simply brilliant save. But the Panamanians would need more than goalkeeping heroics to stop us. Because in the 60th minute, the Canadian sensation himself, 𝘱𝘓𝘓𝘓𝘓𝑒 would come onto the pitch, saying to the Panamanians, you've had your chance, and now it's my turn, Papi.
What do you mean by that?
Now, despite the best player in CONCACAF coming onto the pitch, these American commentators still kept on believing that Panama could turn it around and shift things into their favor.
This is good for Panama.
Now, some of you might be saying that I'm being a bit harsh on these commentators, but in my defense, moments prior to this, these commentators disgraced and humiliated Canadians everywhere with this absolutely atrocious take.
Well, Canada's the noisy neighbors at the moment.
After this blasphemous take, you can surely understand and condone my previous reaction. And on that matter, Canadians are noisy neighbors? What are you on about? Americans are known worldwide to have the stereotype of being loud and obnoxious. We Canadians, by contrast, are a quiet and compassionate people. Under no circumstances will I let this slander slide past. And not only that, not to get political or anything here, if you want to talk about noisy neighbors from an American's perspective, all I'm gonna say is that I haven't heard many Americans vying for a wall to be constructed on the northern border. But to get back to the football, no more than 10 minutes after coming onto the pitch, the Canadian sensation himself would strike for Canada.
Placing Alistair Johnson on that
Fonzie.
ball, and here's a chance to crack. Go.
Yes! Vamos! Come on, Fonzie! Woo! Now, this goal was made even better by the fact that when these commentators were gassing up Panama, I said this.
This is good for Panama.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Going on 64 minutes. We're starting to feel
one ball
picking up the
behind for
pace.
Fonzie, and we'll see what they'll be saying then. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
So not only did Fonzie double Canada's lead, but he also proved to the world that I am the best prognosticator in the game. But as they say in life, all good things must come to an end. Because in the midst of my celebration, just as I thought that this Canadian hate couldn't get any worse, this happened.
From who else?
Whoa, get this Mexican nonsense out of here. Canada have just scored a banger with Fonzie sending a missile into the roof of the net. And these Yanks have the audacity to show a clip of Mexico, who, let it be remembered, we slapped in World Cup qualifying. When they came over to the Azteca, we made sure to give them a taste of that Canadian greatness. And ladies and gentlemen, by the end of it, they were calling us Papi. So to have them disrespect us like that is a big no-no and should never, ever happen again. But it seems my comments fell on deaf ears because no more than 5 minutes later, this happened.
Next, Mexico, United States. Another epic battle.
Bro, we don't care about this right now. Now, even though all this was happening, my man Fonzie was a man on a mission. If he had to drag Canada to that final by himself, he would drag Canada to the final by himself. Man was carrying all 10 million square kilometers of the country on his back and started cooking. But despite the sensational football on display, the commentators were at it again.
Tell me you don't love this U.S. lineup.
Bro, I don't care. Canada's playing Panama. Stop wanking the United States. You know the old proverb that says, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I say, fool me thrice, shame on the person who's gonna have to clean up after I beat. At this point, enough was enough, and I started clapping back.
Jest, McKinney,
Fodder 1, Fodder 2,
Pulisic, Rhea,
Fodder 3, Fodder 4.
and up top, The one, the only, 𝘚𝘓𝘮𝘕.
He's got nothing on Jonathan David. And it seemed the Panamanians didn't like the US gassing either, because one of their players tried to commit first-degree murder on 𝘕𝘓𝘬𝘴. And although he tried to be slick with it and managed to get off scot-free with a yellow, incriminating evidence would be presented by the prosecution VAR, and the judge, the referee, would come to his senses and sentence the Panamanian player with a red card without parole. See what I did there? You know, the alliteration. Senses, sentence. Now, despite having nearly been made a victim of first-degree murder moments prior, 𝘕𝘓𝘬𝘴𝘬 would awaken his Mangekyo Sharingan and start weaving in and out, dodging his way through the Panamanian defense like a prime Neymar, and set the ball on a plate for the incoming 𝘚𝘓𝘬𝘗, who would absolutely completely scuff his shot. And at this point, despite failing to capitalize on some opportunities, things were going pretty good for Canada, and our ticket to the finals seemed to be secured. But of course, this is CBS we're talking about, and if there's one thing we've learned from this game, is that they do not like to see Canada succeed, and they had to start planting seeds of doubt.
First things first, hey, I've seen miracles in 4 minutes.
Hey, yo, buddy, I think you've got the wrong sport. This isn't Miracle on Ice. This is reality on grass. All right, no comebacks, no remontadas, no anything's gonna happen. And with that, the final whistle blew, and Canada booked itself a place in the final with an opportunity to win its first major trophy in 23 years.